Welcome back to Big Herb the Nerd and this West Ham United Directors Challenge, and as you'll see, there have been some changes to the setup. If you pop over to the channel, you will see that I have posted a little video about channel updates and the update to my setup. But we have a green screen now. Hopefully it's working in editing. I've got it working, otherwise it will look stupid now. We've got a brand new setup. We've got the mic set up better, so everything should be a bit clearer, a bit crisper on sound, and we will be trying some new stuff in game with some screen views, just to see how it works for 2018. Get ourselves set up for FM 2018. If you want to hear about my plans, that's also over in that video as well. So pop over and check that out. But let's jump into the game. Here is the schedule. And this is, where did we leave you? We left you at the Man City game. So we went to West Brom, ground out a 1-0 win. West Brom came to us. We went to Middlesbrough, got a 2-0 away win. Souza and Diaz getting the goals there. Cardiff, bottom Cardiff, only managed to beat them 1-0. And then we just drew with Brentford 1-1. And just not really been that prolific. Since Wagstaff's been out, not been prolific, which is a bit of a worry knowing that he's going to go back to United at the end of the season. But today we have Fulham in the last game of the season. And then we'll do a rundown of the team. We'll go through the performances, we'll go through the team selector, have a look at who we've got, who we think is going to go and who we kind of want to go, who do we think the director of football should be bringing in. So let's not dilly-dally, let's get into the game. We are going to go with a fairly unchanged team from before. We've got Grabarara in goal, O'Leary at left back, Ogbonna and Carter Vickers in the middle. Do we bring Sarr in? Let's bring Sarr in for Carter Vickers actually. Bree at right back with Mbayo, Hallett and Hurren across the middle with Big Rog, Souza and Joel Linton up top. So, Fulham. So what I want you to do is let me know about the new setup, guys, whether you enjoyed it or not enjoyed it, and whether you enjoy the matches in 3D or you like the 2D. Because I'm willing to go over to 3D, possibly. But we'll see how it goes for this match. We're lining up with a 4-3-3. They're running up with a 4-2-3-1. We quite like playing against the 4-2-3-1. Let's go for an assertive. Go out. Oh, there we go. They don't care about the fans. Let's see if we can get a nice win to end the season before we start what is probably going to be the last season, as FM18 beta is right around the corner. And we have. So this is the data analyst view. You get the nice lineups actually. We've missed all of this game. As we line up for the game against Fulham, we are at home in the claret and blue. So this is the data analyst view. As you can see, it's kind of like the 2D model, but from that sort of diagonal angle. And if we're being realistic about the game, it's supposed to be a simulation game. No real manager has a top-down view of his team. So this is more like the view we'll see. As we come forward here, Big Rog lays out to O'Leary, into Hallett, Hurren, plays inside, Souza, gets hacked in the box, and Joel Linton puts it away. 1-0. That's what we want to see 20 minutes in. So yeah, let me know what you think of this view. I've played it. I played it a couple games offline. I think I like it. I like then the director view for the actual highlights. That should have been penalty, I think. Joel Linton though, look at that, rockets it in the bottom corner. But yeah, I think I can work with this view. I think this is on as zoomed in as you can get it as well. Oh no, you can zoom in a little further, but there's not much there. So I quite like it. It still lets me see the formation. Still lets me see what's going on with the team, and I can pause on certain points and see, okay, that's my 4 defenders, right, where's my attackers, I've got no one out wide. So I can still do what I need to do. It's not as clear, but I suppose you can also see if people are missing headers. You're not guessing what the dots are doing. You can see them. You can see it for yourself. So let's see, right, why is Bree not getting forward? Chilwell, that looked like a terrible tackle there. Go on, let this be a red card, Oh, straight red. Ben Chilwell is off for Fulham. 24 minutes in, and we are a goal up and a man up. Souza with a free kick here. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. That was close. Souza's not having a great game as we come into half-time now. Yeah, let's go for guarding complacency. No, let's go. I know you're playing well, but you're capable of better. That did not work. Faith. Did it? And we get the second half underway. And as I was saying, if you want to hear about my FM18 plans, drop over to the other video where I go through a bit of my setup, a little bit of a channel update and the plans. So go and check that video out. Oh, Tom Kenny just scored a beautiful free kick. 30-yarder. 1-1. Look at this. Boom. Ah, Grabbarara was there. All he had to do is jump. He's a crap goalie, isn't he? Souza not having a good game. Right, let's switch Souza off for Wagstaff through the middle. Go on, Ben. Last game. Possibly last game. Ball in from Hallett to Mbeo. Oh! Mbeo with the inside of his foot. Oh! And Ogbono was offside. How has that even been disallowed? That was a beautiful goal. 20 minutes left. Can we look at these? No shots. So many shots off target. 10 long shots as well. We might need to work that one out. Let's work the ball in the box on. Although we're so late to the end of the game now, it doesn't really matter. We'll take a draw. Mbeo, Harron. Oh, goes for a long shot. But that's not troubling the goalie. And that's full time. 1-0. So, let me know what you think of that data analyst view. We may be going with that for FM18 and stepping away from the 2D model. That was not good enough. We should have won that match. It doesn't matter. It's the end of the season. So, it looks like we finished 8th. Not bad, considering we were languishing down here at the beginning of the season. Is it 59 points? 17 wins, 13 losses. We're nowhere near catching the Stoke. But managed to cement ourselves there. And obviously we got European football from winning the EFL Cup. So we have that to look forward to in our last season as the curtain comes down on the Premier League. So let me just get through these emails and I'll bring you any pertinent news items. Otherwise I'll see you in the squad screen for the rundown of the season. Okay, and here we are at the team screen. Let's get this all set up and ready to go. I have got these views. I've done a video on these for FM17 and I'll be doing again the same for FM18. These squad views are just my own views. They're on the Steam Workshop if you want to go and download them. But 2 weeks away from the beta, it's probably a bit late. So let's have a look at goalies first. We look at these one-on-one. Go into reports stats. Here we go. So Emilio Ordero faced 140 shots, saved 73% of them. It's pretty good. 38 goals conceded. Could be better. Only held 50. It's quite a low percentage of shots held to shots parried. Good pass rate, but that's because we've got him on playing out to fullbacks. That's good. We don't want him giving away the ball. 78% is good. Overall, not done too bad. Shot saved. So we've got 10 clean sheets out of 28 games. A little under 50%. He's been alright, hasn't he, Ordero? He's not the best. Let's just look at handling. Where is tendency to push out? Oh, 10. First touch not good. He's got some good stats. He's not going to be as good as we thought he was going to be. He's 25 now. His potential ability is he's at his max ability now. Oh, not great. I mean, jumping reach good, natural fitness good, reach area of command. He's got some great stats. Determination great as well. Positioning not so good. Vision real bad. Anticipation. So he makes some good saves, but I mean I would like someone with a bit better. Director of Football could bring in someone a bit better for me. Let's have a look at how Grabbarara did. So he got 9 clean sheets out of 31 games. Obviously he's got a lot of 18 Premier League appearances. Some under 23 ones. Again, the same sort of percentage. 147, 75% of shots saved. 37 goals conceded. Very similar stats to Ordero. He's not great either, is he? Let's be honest. He's worse than Ordero. Got some room to improve, but I mean, he's not going to go that far. Stats-wise, yeah. Nowhere near as good on the big stats as Ordero. A good backup, I suppose. But they're the bottom one. So hopefully, the Director of Football is going to sort us out with a goalie next year. We waited, although we did wait many seasons, to get Adrian replaced. So if we can get a replacement for Ordero, a nice young goalie with some decent stats, I would be very happy next season, for the last season. So let's have a look at the defenders then. So let's have a look. We've got Malang Sarr started 40 games, 40 appearances for us. So Ogbono was a mainstay, and Bayo's not a defender. Bree was up there with 30. Carter Vickers 22. San Giorgio, Dave only getting 12. We had that mold. We got 3 left backs. Goals leading to mistakes. Malang Sarr with 5. That's not good. Carter Vickers isn't on there. That's interesting. So Sarr may have been the one that was making the mistakes when I was playing him and Carter Vickers together. He needs to work that one out of his game. So what's he's got? Composure, concentration, decisions, not that high. He's 23 now. Good all-round stats, but yeah, could be better in those mentals. I'm waiting to see what Ogbonna does, because Ogbonna is supposed to be retiring or leaving. He's at the end of his contract. He hasn't signed a new contract. 33 now. Mistakes, Malang Sarr there again. James Bree, 74. Dave O'Leary, 57 out of only 12 games. That's quite a high proportion. You think double that to get where James Bree was, and you're talking in the hundreds. Something we'll have to watch with Dave O'Leary as well there. He's young and needs to build those mental stats. Okay, interceptions. I expect to see Dave O'Leary quite high on this one. So, Malang Sarr, far and away the most interceptions. Ogbonna not far behind. Carter Vickers way off then. So, double he'll be about where Malang was. So, there's some promise there for Carter Vickers. I think he's wanted as well, so I'm not sure if he's hanging around. His stats aren't bad, the 24-year-old American. But again, centre-backs could do with one world-class centre-back. I know we don't buy him, but one world-class centre-back would be really good to play alongside Sarr and bring him up to the level, help him improve those mental stats. Who are we looking at? So, 259 for Bree, 222 for Jordan Williams. Good percentage there for Williams in terms of interceptions. Considering he's had 19 games over Bree's 33. San Giorgio, 156. Dave O'Leary, what's he got? 95 out of 12 appearances. 200. So it'd be around the same level. He looks like he's pretty good at interceptions, though, when I've seen the key highlights. Let's have a look at key tackles. Sarr and Ogbonna up there. James Bree as well. Carl Vickers bringing up. Tackles. Right. Tackle completion ratio. This is it saying. Bayo's great. That's good. Ogbonna, Sarr, only 70, mid-70s for tackle completion percentage. And then the wing backs out there at high 60s. Where's Carl Vickers? 65. That's not great for tackle 1 percentage for a central defender. This is where we're lagging. We need a hard central defender who's going to come in and make those tackles. That's his job. Get in, make tackles. Right. Yellow card. Let's have a look at fouls. James Bree, most fouls. Mittelstadt coming second on there. 49 out of only 17 games. Mittelstadt, what is that about? Malang Sarr in as well. That's not too bad for fouls. Yellow cards. Ogbonna the most with 9. Gee. But no one really out there. Mittelstadt got that 1 red. Key headers. Right, who's our big guys? Ogbonna and Sarr. Ogbonna is great header of the ball. 99 key headers. What's his heading? His heading is only 14. No Sarr's 15. Gets himself in the right positions there, clearly, to get those headers. And then a lot of them may have been corners and set pieces as well. But that's a big jump compared to the rest of the guys. Kartovic is on 54. So Sarr maybe heading isn't his point. Maybe he should be... He's on cover. So I'll have to remember that one. So Sarr isn't making headers. So maybe he shouldn't be the one running forward. Maybe I should switch my centre-backs to have one on cover, one on stopper. So the header, the guy's good at heading, comes out and needs a stopper. Malang, not so great at heading. He'll run around behind. He's got a bit more pace. Not a lot, though. And drops off a bit. So we'll bear that in mind for tactics for next season. Headers 1%. Jordan Williams up there. That's great. Carter Vickers, Malang Sarr and Ogbonna, 79%. Not bad. 8%. It's pretty good for headers. Key passes. Let's have a look at the guys who are on the wings. So 8 key passes for Dave O'Leary out of 12 games. It's pretty good. That's, yeah, real good percentage there. James Bree, 14 out of 30. 1 every other game. Could be better. Where's Jordan Williams? 8 out of 19. He's nearly at 50%. That'd be an interesting one. Do I keep with Bree, 24 wing back on defend, or do I look at Williams as well? It's only 22. Stats aren't as good, but I'm going to have to look at that one. Look at Williams and Bree. I like having them both, but I can't really keep Williams if I'm not going to play him. Pass completion ratio, San Giorgio up there, highest 80, Mittelstadt, Bree, Williams. What I like to see, those wing backs when they're making passes are hitting them. Cross completion, San Giorgio and Mittelstadt. Oh no, look, 12, 12. Yeah, all around the same. Pretty good. I've noticed with cross completion ratio, anything above 10 is pretty good. And dribbles per game, don't really care about that. So defender-wise, not been too bad. We need a centre-back. We know that. Someone to partner with Sarr. Sarr's not great at heading, so we need someone who's a bit better, a bit stronger than Bonner, but just as good as heading. So a big, tall defender. That would be nice, Mr. Director of Football. We need to work out what's going on with Carter Vickers as well, if he's staying or going. And then left back, David Leary, I think, give him a full season next season, he'll be great. And right back, need to have a look at Bree and Jordan Williams. Do I need to rotate them a bit more this season? So I'll have a look. So that's defenders. Let's move on to the midfielders. So here we are in midfield. The nice thing about playing the 4-3-3 is I can just do the three. Before, when I've done this and I've had the wingers, it's a pain to try and split them out. But now we're looking at those three central midfielders. Who has played the most? What have they been up to? So we're looking at appearances. Alex and Bayo, 32 appearances, making the most. Viveros on 30. Caporali, 27. Tuffin, 24. Haranyaka, 17. So we've had a lot of change in this midfield, haven't we? Considering there's no one above 30. And Bayo's been the mainstay. And Viveros, we're not sure if he's going to stay. He really wants to go. So we got goals for midfield. And Bayo with 6 goals for midfield. Considering his shooting stat was terrible if I remember it. 8. He gets some decent long-range shots. Long shots is only 10. But that box-to-box midfield role is his role, isn't it? He owns that role. Oh, she knows. 3 goals from Caporali, 2 from Viveros, 1 from Akanyuka. Caporali's an interesting one as well. We'll have a look at his stats now. He's an attacking midfielder, but that doesn't fit our system. Can we train him into that central midfield role? And can he be effective there? We will have to see. Right, assist-wise, this is where it's interesting. So, Bree, 7 assists, that's nice. Right, and Bayo 4, 1 from Viveros, 1 from Yaka, 1 from Caporali. 1 from Caporali for that attacking midfield position. To have 3 goals and 1 assist, just not good enough at this level, is it? So we really need to look at him. He's got the potential though to be a lot better. So let's bear that in mind as we go through the stats a bit further. But not a lot of goals coming from this midfield. And Bayo the most with 4 is not a lot for setting up. Although we do have the 3 strikers, so as long as they're getting the balls there, that's not too bad. Key passes, let's look at this. In Bayo 25, Caporali 15, so he got some decent passes. Wow, Viveros 8, Rossiter, Haranyuka. So this midfield has been extremely defensive. I can already tell. We maybe went too defensive with those roles. So I'll have a look at the player roles over the summer as well, because we're not getting forward enough. We've not got someone threading the balls through to those attackers. It's good that the outlet's coming from the wing backs. You can see up there on the assists we had James Bree, 7 assists, but we need some assists to be coming from midfield as well. So we have a look at those roles. Let's look at pass completion. Having Yaka 90%. Wow. And Bay up there 89, Tuffin 89, Caporali 89. But we'd expect that because we play short football, don't we? Short passing football. So we'd expect those pass percentages to be quite high. But good to see they're all very, very close to the 90s. Crosses completed in Bayo, 33% cross completed ratio. Wow. 16% for Harrington. Wow, what is in Bayo? So crossing 10. His stats outweigh his actual technical ability. It's crazy. I don't understand where he's coming from. It doesn't look good enough to be playing in our team. Looking at the amount of orange in there, he's very physically he's very good, but the rest of it's terrible. But somehow, 33% crosses. That's only 5. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. Right, anyway, dribbles per game. Viveros making the most dribbles. Hickman Bayo making some runs. Key tackles. Viveros making 3. Tuffin 2. And they're the guys that have been playing in that holding role. So they've not been great. They've not been overly defensive, nor have they been overly attacking. That's weird. Interceptions. Oh, there we go. Viveros making 328 interceptions. Tuffin 204. And Bayo, where was that? Where was the number? I've lost it. And Bayo 182. Caporali 25. Okay, so they're cutting them out. Shots on target. And Bayo, shot on target percentage. That's what we want to see. Josh Cullen, who's 1 shot on target. Tuffin 54%, 52% for Yaka. Again, I thought the midfield played well, but there's been such a lot of change, I suppose. They haven't really settled. I need to look at those roles because we're not getting the most out of that midfield at all. Mistakes leading to goals, 1 apiece for Tuffin and Yaka. That's not too much. Mistakes overall. For Veros, 71. That's quite high for that central midfielder. Tuffin only 51. Both of them playing in that same role. Yellows. Tuffin got 10. That's not too bad for Veros. You expect it in that position. 2 red cards for Veros. Not great. Key headers for Veros. Would expect to see Tuffin higher on there on the key headers. Because that, again, is one of those roles where they will clear up the ball if it's a long ball inside. So Viveros maybe is the better defensive midfielder. And we work out what to do with the other guys. Because if you look at them, we've got defensive midfielders. Defensive midfielder, let me sort it by apps. Mbeo is a midfield centre, that's fine. Viveros is a defensive midfielder as well as a central midfielder. So is Tuffin. Yaka's central. We should have enough of a mix, to be honest. Rossiter didn't really stand out as doing anything special either, so he is going to want to go. Same as Hickman. He was kind of brought in as a backup. He's only 21 though. Only 21. So that's midfield. So looking at the midfield, don't really need to change it, do we? If we can hold on to Viveros, that'd be great. Because the stats wise, look at them, they're decent. We just need to work on those roles. So that's something I'll look at, and hopefully we keep hold of Viveros through the summer. Right, now let's get on to the strikers. Have a look at these guys. Here they are, right. 38 appearances for Joelinton and Souza. They've been there the whole season. Wagstaff came in for 21. Rog, 18. Diaz, 7 sub appearances, but obviously he was a late buy. Goals is the one we want. Look at that. 22 goals from 21 games for Ben Wagstaff. 9 sub appearances as well. Jesus. He was good. He was banging them in. Next one, 14 with Joelinton, 13 with Souza, 9 with Rog. That's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals to come from those guys. Which is good because they're not getting assists from anyone else. But that is good to see. 2 or 3 of my strikers being over 10 goals in a season. Rog only just shy, but he only played 18 games, well, 20 odd games. Not bad. Shots on target. Ben Wagstaff 63%, far and away the best striker of the ball. Joelinton, Souza and Rog in the 40s. Could do with being a lot higher. 17 finishing from Wagstaff there. Whew. Offsides. Did we really get stuck with offsides? Joelinton 40. That's a lot. That's more than 1 per game. Souza and Wagstaff not too bad. Souza's quite hard. Wagstaff, as long as it's less than the amount of games you're playing, I suppose. That's good. 6 for Rog. I'm looking for someone who's, if he can manage that line better, he'll be the attacking playmaker. I need that attacking forward. And I need someone who's going to be able to beat the offside trap. Looking at assists, Joelinton 14 assists. That's really good. So he definitely shouldn't be the through the middle striker. He should definitely be a supporting one. 8 from Wagstaff, 8 from Souza, and 6 from Rog. So that midfield 3, that really saved us. When we went to that, whenever it was, when we were in dire straits, that really saved us. Saved my bacon, and I think we will stick with that going forward because we've got some quality strikers there with the potential to get even better. And we wonder what will happen with Wagstaff. Whether they'll try and keep him on again or maybe a bid. Maybe a bid. How old is he? 20 years old, and he was classified as a wonder kid. He's exactly the sort of person we go for. I don't think United are going to want to let him go, though. Key passes, 47, 42 for Joelinton and Souza, 22 for Rog, which is great. That's more per game, which is nice to see. Pass completion, high 80s. Cross completion. Yeah, that's pretty good for Joelinton and Wagstaff. Close to 20%. Rog, not so much. Souza. Souza's cross completion is... Well, he's cross completed the most, but 5%. And he's the one that's taking our set pieces. That's why we're having problems with set pieces. His crossing's 10. Corner's 15. He needs to come off set piece taking, because he's terrible at it. Interceptions, not so worried about these guys. No real yellow cards. Key headers, we've all had a mix. Head percentage is terrible, so none of them are obviously great headers of the ball. Headers of the ball? No. But I'm pretty happy with the strikers. Once Rog came in, Big Rog came in, he sorted them out. Wagstaff has been outstanding. Bit worried about what happens next year with him going. But we might have to play with the roles and just set up someone as an advanced forward. Or see who the director of football brings in. Because, I mean, he's got 2 on loan. He's going to have to replace them both. Or at least replace one. So let's see what happens there. But that does round out the team. So we want a new goalie. We want a new centre-back. We want to keep our midfield, but work on their roles. We want to work on the roles of the central defenders as well. And then strikers, we want to work on the roles and see who comes in. Because we'll only have 3 strikers if he doesn't replace. 3 strikers isn't enough. So we could do with a replacement. But that rounds up the team analysis. That rounds up the team view for the year. Thank you very much for watching through the season. And I will see you next time for the first episode of the last season of this FM 2017 Save the Director's Challenge. I've loved it. Although I am looking forward to going back to managing my own transfers a little bit. And like I said, go and check out the other video on the channel, which dropped yesterday, which just goes through my setup, a little bit of a channel update, and my plans for FM18 as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.